he designed this cathedral, he put two belfries, one in the north and this is the south belfry. In each belfry we find a chamber like this one here. The one in the north has a staircase. This one, it is hollow. It is hollow for a purpose. You may hear the clock right now. This was left hollow for the weights of the clock to be hung in it. The clock, which works in the same concept as a grandfather clock, the weights pulling the train and the time goes by. The weights are made of cannonballs. Balls and not bombs, otherwise we would not be standing here. They are hanging in there and we can see it working when we go up in about approximately 15 minutes. As we are going up, you will also notice here we have ropes. Those ropes can be hooked to the bells and the bells can be struck from downstairs rather than going up all the way each time they need to ring the bells. Now, I'm sure when you entered this part you have noticed this part, it is not embellished like the rest of the cathedral. I agree with you, but this was a very, very important passageway just the same. Even more so, I say, because the most elite of the knights, the council of the knights, would take these steps to the balcony where you will be visiting to vote and elect a new Grand Master. So imagine a group of knights going up, but one of them emerges as a Grand Master. Unfortunately for us all, we will not be coming down as a Grand Master. But at least you walk in the same footpath like he did. So, we're going to have to take 99 steps to arrive to our destination. Okay? The higher we get, the narrower. And are you all ready to waste some calories?
Yes.
Yes. Follow me. So I'm starting from the floors. We have 405 tombstones. Each tombstone is made of marble inlaid. They are all different from each other. On each tombstone there is a story, a life. I personally call it a CV because it says everything about that knight. What he has accomplished is there, written or symbolized. Right across we have the altar. Underneath the altar there is the crypt. Have you been to the crypt?
Yes.
Yes. For those who did not go there, please do not miss it. When we go down, on your left, go all the way in and down the steps. We have 13 Grand Masters buried in the crypt. The crypt is underneath the altar. Right across we have two sets of pipes. Two sets of pipes, but one organ. The knights loved symmetry. They wanted everything the same, everything in balance. So they put two sets, although we only have one organ, which is behind the altar table. The burial vault, the burial vault, which was painted by Mattia Preti, and he is buried here next to the first pillar. Mattia Preti painted the life of Saint John. You see the birth of Saint John over here, and the death is on the altar. When they paint on walls, first they put stucco and then they paint onto the stucco. But here Mattia Preti decided to paint directly onto the walls. So if you look closely, you will see the lines of the bricks. That's because there is no stucco underneath. Now take a look at those figures next to each window. They all have a shadow. Have you seen it? That shadow was intended by Mattia Preti, so when you're downstairs, that will give it a 3D effect and you might think it is a statue, but in fact it is painted. Now he painted over there, he painted Gerard, and on this side he painted Raimondo. He gave them a prominent place because they were the founders of the knights. Now kindly come on this side and look at this painting here. So, on this side, we see the Grand Master Cotoner and he is tending the sick. On the other side, we see his brother. His brother, the Grand Master Cotoner, and he is planning a battle, discussing a battle. Right above the door, we see this beautiful lady. She is waving the flag. She is representing Malta, the knights, but most of all, religion. And she is crushing the Ottomans' head, signifying victory over the Ottomans. So in this particular painting, Mattia Preti managed to capture everything the knights stands for. The hospitality aspects, the military aspects, and obviously religion over the Ottomans. Now, I'm sure when you have entered this cathedral, you've seen just a little bit of gold. Well, this little bit of gold, it is all 24 karat gold leaf. You have to be very, very patient, something I do not master. It is very time consuming and it costs a lot of money. It is the reason behind payment against tickets, because we need money for restoration purposes, because the restoration is ongoing, non-stop. And for that, I would like to thank you all for being part of this. Now, I'm going to speak to you about becoming a Grandmaster. So to become a Grandmaster, first and foremost, you had to be very, very rich. If you were not rich, you were out of the race. Once you become a Grandmaster, you had to donate a gift to the order. Now these two brothers we saw on this painting, on the large one here, Raphael and Nicolas Cotonner. They were the only two brothers made as Grandmasters. Now the gift they gave to the church, to the knighthood, was the embellishment of this whole cathedral. So you can imagine how rich these two guys were. Now, cotonner in English means cotton. It is why everywhere you look, you see the cotton leaves, the cotton flower, and also on each pillar you will see the coat of arms of the Cotonner brothers. That is their mark, their signature. We did this. 2 minutes, everything will start to move here. Okay? I will start my explanation. If this starts to chime, I will shut up, let you enjoy it, and then I continue afterwards. So this clock was made in 1578-82. This part here, I'll show you. This little part here is what makes all of this work. Okay? This used to be winded every 6 hours, night and day, manually. But in 2008, this has been restored and now it works automatically. So we have the quarter train, the day train, and the hourly train. So we have 2 wires there. That is 15, half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and then the hourly chime. The hourly chiming maximum is 6. So from 1 to 6 it's fine. Then at 7 o'clock, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Every 6 hours it starts from 1. Okay, so it's going to be 2:15. So this clock chimes quarters first and then the hours. So 15 means 1 chime, okay, and then 2 to represent the 2 o'clock. Quarters first, hours later. Now, this, as I told you, used to be winded every 6 hours, and in 2008 this has been restored and now it works automatically. It works automatically, but in February, because February is a shorter month, the day train still has to be winded manually because February is shorter. Now on the facade we have, enjoy it. So that was 15 minutes past 2, okay? 1 chime and 2, okay? So on the facade we have 3 faces, okay? We have the time. The time is in Latin. We have the date. The date is in Arabic. We have the day. The day is in Italian. So we have 3 faces and 3 different languages. Also, In that window there we have another face. That face is a mirror effect of what is on the other side of the wall. So when they are regulating it, they know how it is looking on the outside. I also told you that everyone left their mark. And the man behind this magnificent clock, and rightly so, left his signature under the main face. His name was Giacinto Clerici, and that you know how who did this, okay? Clerici invented by Clerici, okay? Over here you may see also the cannonballs. We have three up here. These are a small version, a very small version of what is hanging into the chamber. Remember I told you the chamber that holds the weights for the clock, that chamber ends here. The clock is on top of the chamber and the weights are hanging in the chamber. If you come here, you may look there and you can see one of them. You can see how large they are. Okay? Over here we have the authentic tools from the knights. This in particular was used by the campanero to wind the clock with. This used to be inserted here. We have several spots and he used to wind it manually. It is not an easy task. As you can see, those are huge, okay, and they are very heavy. Over there you see the same ropes. Those ropes are the same ones we saw at the bottom of the steps. These go up to the chamber. I will continue to explain when we get up there. Church facade is always considered to be west. So you have the church facing west, that is the north, this is the south. In the north we have 7 bells. The smallest at the windowsill being the oldest. That part is used every day. Here we have these 2 and we have 3 at top. The 3 at top we cannot see them from here, only from the outside. And they are connected through these channels to the clock. Okay, the wires we saw downstairs, they go through these channels. These are the steps the campanero had to take to do the maintenance. There was a hole up there. The British closed it off, we do not know why, and opened it over there. That hole initially was close to the pillars, so the campanero could go in and do the maintenance. So, I told you on the other side, 2 of them are used every day. One of them at 8 o'clock and at midday chimes 9 times. Do you know why 9 times? So 9 times signifies the 9 months of the pregnancy. So the faithful would think of the Virgin Mary and pray to the Virgin Mary. The other bell strikes 33 times before each mass. Anyone knows why 33 times? It's the age of Jesus Christ. So 1 strike for every year Jesus Christ has lived. So those are used every day. These 2 are used only on special occasions like Christmas, Easter, Independence Day, together with the rest. So you can imagine the sound we have up here. On each bell there is the coat of arms of the Grand Master that has commissioned it. That was commissioned by Perellos. This is called the Great Bell. Obviously because of its size. This was the largest on the Maltese Islands. Now it is the 2nd largest because Birkirkara has the largest one. This bell, apart from being the largest during the night, if you come on this side and you look up, okay, it has something very, very unique. At the top there are 2 lines of inscription. That inscription is very, very unique. Underneath the inscription there is St. John. Underneath St. John there is the coat of arms of the knights together with Pinto. Now that inscription is in Latin, and when you read it, you're going to go in straight line, but you're going to go top to bottom, top to bottom. And that's it. But I can tell you what it says in English. It says, I mark the days about how important these were because there was no other way to communicate with the rest of the civilians. Think how important these were. Now I told you that is the north, that is the south. When the knights came to Malta, they settled right across. They fought the Great Siege right there in that port. They also won the Great Siege right there in that port. After that, the Grand Master decided that we needed another city, and he built this city. On that tower, you will also see the wind vane. They did not have Google weather forecast, so they had to rely on the wind vane. In the center of the church, you will see the 8-pointed cross. Each point represents a language. Downstairs we have the chapels. Those same chapels are represented on each point of the cross. 8 lungs, 8 chapels, 8 pointed cross. So now it's going to be 2:30. This comes the fun time. Let me see how many of you paid attention. It's going to be 2:30. How many will the clock chime?
4.
Wow, well done. Well done. Well done. Very well done. So you'll be hearing 2 different tones of bells, okay? One for the quarters and one for the hours. For those of you who did not understand the concept of this clock, so half an hour means 2 quarters. So there will be 2 chimes to indicate half an hour has 2 quarters. Doing, doing. Then it is 2 o'clock, 2 chimes for 2 o'clock. In total you'll be hearing 4, but in different tones. 1 for the quarters and 1 for the hours. While we wait for them to strike, I would like and take this opportunity. 1 quarter, half an hour, so that was 2:30. Okay, I would like to thank you all for being here.